thanks to you guys for joining this session. So today I have with me a very special individual who has been sculpting the interior design industry in both the east and the west of Malaysia. We're talking about Miss Ling right here. You might be thinking right now, what's so special? Okay, so let me tell you what's up. Currently leading a team of 20 designers, and she's an award-winning designer as well, with the latest one being the special mention at the German Design Award 2019. Am I right? Correct.
Yeah.
Youngblood is a name that can never escape my ears. Starting from when I was in college, my classmate James, I think you remember James, yes, has mentioned about going to this company, and he did. And as a design educator, every semester the name Youngblood will be mentioned by at least one or two or a couple of my students. So the question here is, why is this company so sought after, and what's this cool factor that seems to attract this liking? So that's why today we have Ling right here, so that we will dissect her ideas and thoughts, and maybe we will be able to obtain some tips on what it takes to land a job at Youngblood Creations. So let's welcome Ling. Thank you for being with us tonight, and I hear that you just came back from Sarawak. So how's everything?
Yeah, I just came back from Sarawak, but that was actually last month. Yeah, so I was there for projects and for some business purposes. That was just for the short trip for a couple of days, and I'm back here already. And now I think I would like to be in Sarawak more because it's safer there. Now we are being trapped here by CMCO, but in Sarawak there it's safer. They have sort of like set up much safer border there. Yeah, I would like to imagine myself now in Sarawak. Yeah, then I don't have this CMCO, binding me. Yeah.
So speaking of which, Ling, you're from Sarawak as well, right?
Yes.
So we have a few students who are from Sarawak as well. Would you like to say something to them?
Oh, hi, fellow Sarawakian. Yeah, I actually always feel that I have a close connection with students or designers from Borneo. So it's like a law of attractions. In my office, we get to get a lot of designers from Sarawak and Sabah. Yeah, so it's like a clique lah. Yeah.
Let's get started today with the first question. So first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself, Ling. Maybe start with, how did you decide to take the path to be an interior designer?
Okay, for myself, I've always known that I want to be an interior designer since young. Like, I'm determined. Yeah, that's how determined I am. So in fact, like by now you tell, let's say if I have a young intern or young designer in my office, whether or not he or she it's really desired to become a designer, or he or she just happened to land in a design course and turn out to be one. Because you can actually tell it from your passion, from your senses, and from in every details, whether you see things in architectonic ways or in every measurable details, you actually can tell that. Yeah. So back to the question, yeah, myself, I studied interior architecture in Wing, and that was like many years ago. Yeah. Whether or not I want to tell, yeah, it's 1.5 decade ago lah. I don't want to be too specific lah. Yeah, 1.5 decade ago. Yeah. So it was all in the past. Yeah. But to me, the learning process is never ending. Yeah, as long as you are in the industry, you are in the field, whenever you accept a new challenge, and the learning process never ends. Yeah. So for fellow students, don't ever think that if you finish from school and that's it, and you can hit the bell. Yeah, but no, it's a forever ongoing learning process. Yeah.
Yes, I think we train, the whole point of you being trained in college is to kickstart that learning, and then you continue to learn.
Yes.
One of our final goals, or our final learning outcome, we call it, is to have a lifelong learning. So you're absolutely right.
Yes.
Also, most of us actually have this great admiration to your blood, sweat and tears, your Youngblood creation. So also story us a bit about your humble beginning of this company and how it grew to be where it is today.
Well, it's not just myself. I have a partner, Mr. Lau, BK Lau. Yeah, he's more known as BK in the industry. Yeah, so it's two of us started the company in 2005. Yeah, and it's two of us. It's not just my own effort. Yeah, it's two of us. We started in 2005, and we are lucky enough to go through, we can say it's quite a steady growth. And we started small, then quickly, then we shift to a lot of projects and even overseas projects as well.
So what overseas project are we talking about here?
I significantly remember the first overseas project that we had was in 2006, and that was the time where Dubai, the UAE, was booming. So we actually get engaged by an Arabic client. Yeah. So this client actually invited us to Dubai, and we actually stayed there for 1 month to finish all the designs and pass the designs and specs to the local contractors, and then they built. Yeah. So Youngblood actually had the experience of staying put in UAE in Dubai for 1 month. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
So
crazy.
that was our first experience for overseas project.
So how do you find your jobs? Like back in the past, we don't have
That
social
old, not
media,
too
right?
old. Yeah, no social media. Definitely no social media. Yeah, we had
Yeah.
Friendster back then. Yeah, yeah. So
Oh,
emails.
that's my
Yeah.
time.
So by emails, yeah, emails is that's the basic correspondence tool. Back then it was just manual, and you have to print everything. So you have to scan and you have to email.
You are going to print these CVs, like hundreds of them, and then you post it to them. You're talking about stamp.
Yeah. Actually, our first move is we actually photocopied CVs. That was really during the time where there was no emails or there's no colored pictures on the handphone. So we basically photocopied. So it's black and white, our CV. And then we put it into envelopes and we put stamps, and then we sent up. We posted them to more than hundreds of architectural firms.
What?
Yeah, architectural firms. So we literally went to the Lembaga Architect Malaysia directory, and we get all the names and contacts, and we just send out all the letters and all the CVs to hundreds of companies just to, just to introduce us. Yeah, introduce us.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, Ling. Meanwhile, we have students just send one CV. They email one CV to one company, and they wait there and and think that there will be surely a reply. And you know what, guys? This is something you're gonna learn. They sent hundreds of CVs and they posted it. So how many do you get? How many replies do you get at the end of the day?
yeah. From hundreds of CVs, we get only 2 responses. Yeah, two
Whoa.
responses. But that 2 responses are good enough to set as a seed. As a seed that grows to every other things that we have today. Yeah. So we get engaged by architecture firm, quite a big architecture firm, a renowned architecture firm, to not even do a design or not even produce a 3D, but to color blueprints. Yeah.
Tell us
A,
more about
a,
coloring blueprints. I don't think
yeah,
they've ever
yeah.
heard of coloring that.
Yes. Because back then the building plans had to be submitted according to certain codes and colorings. Like for example, red is brick wall, metal are blue, the concrete the floorings are yellow. So we have to basically use the correct ink or material to color on the blueprint for architects to submit to authority for building plan submissions. Yeah. So
Mm.
so that was actually our first job. That was before we graduated. We actually work as a part-time job in student time. Yeah. So that was
Wow.
our first job. To color blueprints for architects, and then from there we slowly get to know different departments and different clients and different architects, and that's where we expand the network. Yeah.
Our current famous part-time job is selling bubble tea.
Selling bubble tea. Yeah.
So, this,
I heard 3D making also is a very good freelance job now. Yeah, but it's common
so
now.
the question,
Mm.
the question we really need to ask ourselves, I think, from what you have mentioned to us, you're very determined and you're very passionate, even at the beginning before you even graduate. So it looks like instead of us asking, do we have what it takes, it's more like how bad do we want something. And I can see
Yes,
that
yes.
you really wanted it really badly, that you post 100 CVs and you just to get 2, and then you start working on from there. Nowadays our life is a little bit more comfortable in that sense, maybe.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
some of our peeps doesn't even feel like there is a need to fight. So since we are talking about sending CVs, maybe you can tell me, as an established creative ID and graphic design company, what do you actually seek from your interns and new designers during the interview?
Okay. Well, it's always the quality of personality and then the skills and performance, I would say. Yeah, it's always the personality. Yeah, and of course, we always recruit intern students that can be with us for long time, even though you only join us for like 3 months or 6 months. But as long as you are with us for one day, we will regard you as a young blood for a lifetime. So we are proud that we actually developed this branding or this tagging. So like, are you a young blood? Yes, I'm a young blood kind of thing.
So what do you mean when you're talking about personality? Can you describe a little bit more? What are the kind of personality that fits young blood?
First of all, I think first thing you must stay humble. Yeah, in any cases, in any field or any industry, we have to stay humble from the very beginning. For students to appear to us for interviews, for internship, you can deliver your confidence, but most important aspect is to stay humble. Yeah, so that's the first quality that we can, smell even from miles away. Yeah, the most important criteria to set you into a field, and then you slowly develop from there.
It seems like you went through some very interesting interviews because you mentioned the word arrogant. So I would like to probe a little bit further. So what's that biggest red flag or annoying interview experience you have ever had with an arrogant
Uh,
person?
yeah. Like for example, if let's say a student that came in and inquire for a post for internship, but rather than I'm interviewing the students, it's more like the student is interviewing back the company. Like, do I get this? Do I get that? Well, I know that
Oh,
yeah, it's right to impose these questions, but you have to filter. Yeah, so it's not like you are interviewing back the company, like asking too much about what I get. What are you giving me? Yeah.
I think I have a keyword for that. It's called self-entitlement. Where,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
they felt that they deserve
Mm.
this and they deserve that. Like, I'm working for you, I am good at this, and therefore I deserve this. Like, they start demanding for things before even proving
Yeah.
themselves.
Mm.
Okay, holy shit.
Uh,
For those who are going for internship this semester or the next, or going for an interview soon, remember you can be confident, but please stay humble.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
and it really
confidence is
teaches.
confidence is important, yeah, because we also do not want students who come for interview and do not tend to speak up and do not even respond to certain questions. Like, for example, sometimes we do get students to sketch on the spot to see how good their communication skill in terms of visualization. So not even want to respond to it and just tell you, no, I can't sketch. So that is also another killing point. Yeah.
Okay, let me give you a trick question. What if you meet someone with a very good personality which you think can click, but the work is not that good?
Well, yes, I always like that kind of student. I
Oh,
always
okay.
rather, yes, I always rather like the click thing. Yeah. Because once you know you have the click, you can communicate further, you can develop further. Yeah. We are not actually requesting for just hands to come in and just produce good artwork or good 3Ds or good plans. Yeah. We need people who can come in and engage together and to develop thinkings and develop concepts and ideas. I would say that the skill is important as well, but the personality, the characteristic, the attitude. Yeah, the attitude is the right word. Yeah, attitude. Yeah,
I
it's the
think,
most
yeah,
important factor. Yeah.
yeah, I think this is something. Thanks for answering that because I think this is something that a lot of students they are so worried about the portfolio and worried about their CVs, but they didn't know that the interview when you meet face to face and the way you
Mm.
speak and all that
Yeah, yeah,
personalities shines
yeah,
out.
yeah.
You're
Yes,
absolutely
yes.
right.